Yeah. Yeah. We up in it, Don? Okay. We are online. Turn it down to 10. There we go. All right. Now we're on track. Ooh, on track. Mm-hmm. Yo, on track. Mm-hmm. Yo, we on track. Mm-hmm. That's yeah, going that's back in Dillon Peaks, dude. Yeah, yeah. How are those restaurants doing these days? Yeah. Twin Peaks and Hooters. Are they closing down a lot? Yeah. They're going extinct like Panera Bread. But honestly, you could just buy tomato soup from the store, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, if you have the money, you know. So probably like homemade tomato soup would probably be a pain in the ass, to be honest. Just all the processes. I'm gonna try some homemade hash browns made from the potatoes tomorrow though for breakfast. So we'll see how that works. See if I did it right. It was just exciting making my own hash browns from the potatoes. So I don't usually do it. So you know, hit them in the butthole. Yeah, man. Like I kind of was making my own shit, and I decided, what if I made like a comedy skit when I set up Sora? So I set up Sora as Phenomena Ninja. It just did, like whatever my Google account was, and then the Os Simulator is my on my app on my phone. So I decided on Phenomena Ninja I would do comedy skits, and I did one with Berwick, and it was like where he farts in a cafeteria and the people react. Um, and it actually did it perfectly from the prompts. It did it really very well, actually. It turned out a lot better than I thought it was going to be, actually. Welcome to the team, baby. Ooh. My thunder blade is broken, which is problematic. We got this dragon bone spear though. So yeah, I recorded the first episode of it, the return to Derry, and or welcome to Derry, and it was like, but I accidentally recorded the Spanish version. But anyways, I'm just gonna turn the sound off, and then I'll just watch the episode and just try to pick up on the context of what's happening. I mean, if I can like translate the Spanish in my head, that's fine. But like, oh, I'll watch. I'll try to catch the non-Spanish version. Uh, but I'll just have to be careful next time to record the English version. Yeah. But just by watching something with no sound late at night, it helps me go to sleep. But it's also like I could read the subtitles, or I could just pick up the context from the scenes and the characters, and you can kind of infer what's happening. Yeah. So plus, I've seen It 1 and It 2. I didn't read the It books. I didn't see the original It, but I saw the remakes, and I saw the latest ones. So I should basically know what's going on. I hope. I don't know how well, all these prequels are going to do. Um, it seems like a lot of times there's too many prequels, like too many. Yeah, I guess one of the first prequels was Indiana Jones Chronicles. Huh? Yeah, that was like one of the first prequels before the Star Wars prequels even. So I guess that was interesting. But young Indiana Jones, I never watched it actually, but I mean the concept is interesting in terms of having a prequel. Um, or it is interesting the concept of time because of our mortality and how that relates to the universe and all that. So, okay, so they say that one day there'll be a great nothing. That one day all the stars in the universe will run out of fuel and go nova, and that there'll be a heat death of the universe, and then everything will turn to blackness. So it'll just be like one big death of the universe, and none of this shit will matter anymore because everything will be dark. So that would be like saying that it's not just all life that dies; it has a limited time, but the universe has a limited time as well. The actual existence of the universe. So that would render everything meaningless, in essence. Coming to my cave, boy. Mm. Coming to my cave, boy. Come on, boy. Take my shit. Mm. Taking my shit again, down. I'm gonna whoop your ass. Oh yeah, down. Yeah, I know it was Eric Swalwell. He said, "I'm gonna uh, if I." He says if they can get a Democrat into the White House in 2028, he said he's going to try to tear down the ballroom in the East Wing that Trump's building. And like, oh well, then it's incumbent upon American voters to make sure that a Democrat doesn't get into office in 2028. Yeah. I, in my mind, the Democrats are a failed party, and they're not going to return to power in this country soon, anytime soon. And that's including if people have if people have faulty memories and um, low attention spans. But if they do remember the absolute horror of the COVID-19 pandemic, and they also remember who took power after that and how their lives didn't get better, then I think if they keep that in focus, I don't think a Democrat's going to regain uh, power. Democrats won't regain power in the U.S. Congress or the president, um, the executive branch in 2028. So, yeah, if people have long memories, the Democrats are screwed. If they don't, then the Republicans would lose power. So, hot, hot springs. Ooh. I was hoping, like, do you throw a rock in this circle or what? In this sexy circle jerk? Mm. So people remember when the Democrats were in charge that they paid, you know, $4 to $8 a gallon of gas, then and that inflation rose to 9% under the Biden-Harris regime. Then yeah, the Democrats are going to be screwed for a long time. Um, I guess it looks like they're rallying around, with the Democrat Party. I don't think they're going to resurrect Hillary Clinton, and I really don't think they're going to really, in all reality, I don't think they're going to resurrect Kamala Harris. She's too like stupid and drunk, and like no one cares. Um, I think that Gavin Newsom, AOC, Bernie Sanders, socialist, we're going to tax the billionaires thing is looking more and more likely. So I don't think this Kamala Harris thing is going to happen. If they did run her again, I would be like really surprised because she is so stupid and is famous for her incredible word salads that don't make any sense and that just sound like she smoked a bag of weed and drank a whole bottle of wine. Just bullshit. Besides that, she lies constantly. She says that the 2024 election was close when it wasn't. It wasn't one of the closest elections in American history at all. That was like the George W. Bush Al Gore election of 2000 or something, or a few others, but definitely not her shit. It's time to kill the giant because he's being defiant. Ooh. Oh. Ba, ba, ba. Oh yeah. Hmm. Killed that youngest kin. Ooh. Getting that rain on. It may not rain for a long time, so but it will get colder, thankfully. Yeah, it's gonna get colder. Ooh. My, going straight to the top, baby. Ooh. Tell all the giants out there, Coming to whoop your ass. Wasn't as funny as you thought it was, huh? Hell no. 20 minutes in? Yeah, 20 minutes. They said that it took 7 minutes for those thieves to steal from the Louvre, but they left DNA. They were sloppy. Those are some sloppy boys. They thought they were going to get away with it. I mean, what was the plan? Like, just don't get caught, and then it was like, so the plan was to steal the shit. They did that. They got away temporarily, and then well, I wonder what the plan was like after that. Like, to get, did they get together, split up the loot, or was it like, did they all just, the plan was to grab some of Napoleon's shit and just bail, and go their separate ways? I don't know. I'd love to hear about the heist, like what the story is, like how they planned it, what the, like behind the scenes, like what the conversations were like and shit. What the strategy was basically. That's what I'm interested in. What the what was the strategy, if there was any at all. I didn't know the Louvre had like lax security. I never even thought of that. I mean, I don't think it was like Fort Knox, Fort Bragg. I mean, I don't think it was like White House security or anything, but I didn't think it was like CCP Central Security or some shit. North Korean security, Israeli security. But I thought at least they'd have some better shit. And a camera that doesn't even face the right way, and some creepy lady who's the curator, and some shady French lady. And I mean, I thought they'd have more guards, and there'd be more cameras, and there'd be like a system. And, like what the fuck was that? It was just okay. It's some weird, creepy, kind of shady curator lady, and then it was like a camera not facing the right way, and where was like the Paul Blarts? Chimichanga. So I was kind of like, what? So there were rumors that this was an inside job, and so were they planning to go on eBay and say like, hey, I got Napoleon's jewels from the Louvre heist? Yeah. Or were they planning to melt down the metals and jewels and sell them separately, or break it apart, or whatever? Melt down the metals, melt down the. Or was it going to be sold in like an underground market? Like maybe is there a network of wealthy people that are like shady collectors that don't care how they got the item? They just care about that they got the specialized item. So are there really wealthy collectors that do not factor ethics or morality into their decisions, into their purchases? That could be a thing, actually. So, hello, Mr. Billionaire. Would you like Napoleon's crown or something? And it's like, where did you get it? It does not matter, Monsieur. Do you have the money? Oh, well, I'll never get a chance to get Napoleon's crown or Napoleon's jewels. Well, this might be my only chance. Even though that's illegal and you could never, hardly ever show it to anybody unless you're trying to, I don't know, get laid or something. Some guy's like, hey, you want to see something? Like, like Peter Dinklage, he has this like secret vault and shit. Yeah, I don't know if all billionaires have secret vaults, but that could be an actual thing. They could all have bunkers and secret vaults, for all I know. See, it could be like Batman, where they have like secret passageways and shit. Give me that bird. Give me the bird. Do. Give me the bird. Give me the bird. Mm-mm-mm. Give me bird. Don't give me a turd. I tell you word. Mm-mm-mm. Give me the bird now. Mm-mm-mm. Gonna fight lizard. I'm gonna fight lizard. Gonna fight lizard. Mm-mm. I'm gonna fight lizard. Mm-mm. Better get your ass off, boy. Mm. Or I'm gonna whoop ass. Give me the bird. Fighting the lizard. Don't make me go after the wizards. Don't make me go after the wizards. Get off your butt. Welcome to Pizza Hut. Got the OG right here. Give me the He Knocks. Mm. See you at the equinox, strong like an ox. Mm. They can kiss my cocks. Mm-mm. For real. Bring me the wizard. Mm-mm. Yeah, Sunday night, it's definitely has that vibe, where people are like, oh shit, tomorrow's Monday, like, has that vibe, that kind of like really chilled ass. Sometimes it's cool to have that kind of like mellow vibe, but not that the day tomorrow is going to be mellow. It's just like the vibe of the night before is always pretty quiet. Mm-hmm. Better give me your boy. Damn, damn, damn. Yeah, the San Francisco 49ers, they look like shit today. Yeah, against the Houston Texans. Yeah, it was a home game, and, you know, like a lot of the. Basically, if you were being fair to the San Francisco 49ers, you would say, like the sportscaster did, oh man, they were banged up. They were tired. Like, there's so many injuries, and that's why the Houston Texans won. And the Houston Texans, they'll say, no, we won because we were just so fucking good. Okay, well, if you're being fair, you'll say that the San Francisco 49ers have too many injuries. If you're not being fair, then you'll say, oh, wow, the Houston Texans are just amazing. If you're not being realistic. So the realistic take is that the San Francisco 49ers didn't have the tools they needed to win. They were missing so many people out on injuries, and they did not have the full complement to easily dispatch the Houston Texans. Um, yeah, so Houston Texans, what they need to win is a football team that has a poor defense that can't stop their offense, and they also need to have a weak offense and for the other team to be out their highest performing players. And that's how the Houston Texans can win. Unfortunately, this description does not apply to every single team they will face in the future. So eventually, they will face a team that will, again, they will face a team with an amazing defense and a kick-ass offense that's going to break down their defense, and they're going to lose. I could be wrong. Maybe this is their comeback, but I don't think so. We'll see. We'll see. We'll have a better glimpse of their capability to go to the to clinch division and go to the Super Bowl. And in this Denver Broncos game right after Halloween, during Halloween weekend, uh, no doubt, no doubt, that guy, Fairbairn, he doesn't miss any kicks. I mean, that guy hardly misses any. I mean, when that guy comes up, like the percentage that that he's gonna miss anything is like really low. Like, I mean, the odds. And yeah, it's kind of weird with C.J. Stroud because some games it's just like it seems like he's on fire, and then other games it's like he's throwing interceptions and he's getting fucking sacked. So it's kind of weird because it's like, all right, the fabled superstar quarterback is there sometimes, but he's not there all the time. So it's kind of bizarre. I mean, I know that some days are better than others. Sometimes there are bad days, bad games. I mean, I understand there are, extremely lucky games. I understand like the role that fate plays in a game. So if the Houston Texans went further than any other Houston Texans team before it this year, I'd be really surprised. So mm, mm, booyah, booyah. What the hell? Booyah. That's what we do. That's what we do. I wish I was a Cyclops octopus. All right, don't sound like a schizophrenic. Yeah, I'm not a schizophrenic. Didn't go to the clinic. I'm just up in it. Yeah. Mm, 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 yeah. Cause I'm up in the cave, Dave. Oh, there it is, Batman. Oh, we got Blob Boys in here. Got the jellies. Bing, bing. Yeah. Boom, 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 boom. Ding, 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 ding. Y'all feel it? Y'all feel it? Ding, 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 ding. Rhode Island Lake, boy. Y'all know already. For real, real, real. Stop stealing my beer glass. Need to get myself a durian. Rolling like a centurion. Then I get my fury in. Y'all can see where I'm going with this rap, huh? Like pretty much. And like how the music's going right now. Y'all know how it goes, so y'all can kind of like put it together. Uh, how long can you go with the tongue-in-cheek humor? Yeah, there's only so far I can push that envelope. That's for sure. Oh man. Rock boys, I'm on the clock, boys. All right. Well, they really wanted to rock. And that in the geology class I was in this one time, I was like, the on the door it said geology rocks. And then I told this guy, this one dude, I swear to God, he looked like Frodo. Like he looked like actually like he was a hobbit. this dorky dude, and he actually looked like a hobbit. Like, I mean, he but not as cool as Elijah Wood, not as handsome, like more like dorky, like the Family Guy. And he gave me off like a stupid hobbit vibe, like like a fat hobbit vibe, like a short and fat vibe. And so I was like, "Hey, Aaron, do you think that's funny? Geology rocks." And he's like, "No, not at all." It's like, "No way." Not even close. No way in hell do I find this amusing at all. The joke was like way too cheesy. It's way too cheesy for him. Or I was in this pre-algebra class one time, and I remember that the teacher was called Mrs. Zachary because she was hot. I mean, she was way mature. She was like way older, but she was like, she was a total like MILF. Had like 3 kids, but Mrs. Zachary was like really, really hot. I don't know. She was happy with her life. Like she was just so happy. She's so pleasant because if you're around people that are like happy with their lives, they're like so pleasant. But people that are miserable are not going to be as pleasant, obviously. So yeah. So she enjoyed being an algebra teacher, and I don't know if she taught in high school too, but she taught at the community college. And so to learn algebra, she would do all these like little fun exercises, and like one of the days we had to do a like a like a crossword exercise or something. I think it was like pre-algebra 0310. Yeah, there was 038 and there was 0310, and then college algebra is designation 1314. Yeah. So then we're doing this puzzle. I don't know, like I kind of faintly remember that like there was this hot Asian girl, but I didn't ask her out or anything. It was just like I do remember there was this like super hot Asian girl in the class. There was this really cute. Sorry, I guess cute is the better word for it. There was this cute Asian girl. Was it a crossword? Maybe it was. I don't know. It was like a crossword, or it was like a riddle, or something. Or maybe it was a crossword riddle. Was the exercise, and it said it was like it was having to do with like mushroom people or something. I know this sounds like really psycho, but and the mushroom girl says, I went on a date, and the guy I went on a date with was a really fun guy because it was fungi and had to do with mushroom people. Only like crushroom people. Ooh, yeah. Yeah, so it's not really like why are the liberal mainstream media, why are they avoiding the Nigerian genocide as a topic? Um, well, I mean, they kind of ignore the Muslim Uyghur genocide by the Chinese Communist Party. So there's a lot of genocides that are just not reported, and because the mainstream media, corporate media doesn't give a shit about some of these genocides. They just don't care. It's not a, what's important for them is that the Democrats regain power in the midterm elections. Is their main focus right now. So they could give a shit if like 200,000 people are killed in a Christian purge in Nigeria. So the liberal corporate mainstream media, ABC, CBS, NBC, MSNBC, and CNN are going to turn their attention to Venezuela because that's where the action is probably going to be at, and that's how they can try to paint Trump as a um, conqueror or some shit, a, invading, so they could try to paint him as some sort of Adolf Hitler type or some shit, some bullshit like that. So they will not care about atrocities in China. They will not be reporting about atrocities in Africa or anywhere else because it doesn't fit their narrative. These are not the journalists of the past that would report on everything as it was equally important. These are the journalists of now that are controlled by the Democrat Party. So their main task is to get um, Democrats back into power in the 2026 midterms. That's it. That's their goal, plain and simple. And they'll lie, cheat, steal, do whatever they have to make sure their dream comes true. Of the liberal global world order, the bi-coastal elites, in other words. Kind of a padoopy doopy. Hey, head, big stupid head. Come at me, bro. Whooping your ass. Whooping your ass. Whooping your ass. Whooping your ass. Ass whooping. Ass whooping. Whooping your ass. Whooping your ass. Whooping that ass. Bum, bum, bum. As you all know. Yeah, I will address the elephant in the room. Uh, you know, of the 5,000 subs finally reached. I thought I was being shadow banned because I wasn't supporting Obama or Hillary Clinton or something by the left tech and Google out. Yeah, I thought I was being like desubbed or something because it was at like 4,999 subs for like, at least a few days. So I was like, this doesn't make any sense. But it was inevitable. Just a few more like shorts or something, then it would hit 5,000 after that. Yeah. I mean, I can't say things are inevitable, but you know what I mean. So I thank all the subscribers and fans and supporters and people like that, people like yourself for that. Give me that blue hardy lizard. Ooh, give me cow ass. You just want to say, give me cow ass? That was the plan. Give me cow ass. Cow ass. Ass of a cow. Farting, farting. You know, I've never um for Thanksgiving. I know it's coming. The close of the year is coming faster than a blink of an eye. Yeah. When you get older, time goes faster and faster. It's like, how the hell? It's like, hold on. I thought I was young one day, and then like one day you're like, oh crap, I'm fucking old as fuck. Yeah, that's how fast time goes. So, um, you're like, hey, I'm old enough to do like I have to get. I'm old enough for a colorectal exam. Oh, fuck. Or like, I'm so old I have to worry about diabetes. It's like, right, yeah, yeah, fuck all that. So, yeah, so the year is coming to a close, but I saw Chef Gordon Ramsay on his video make a turkey perfectly, and he put I think it was extra. I use extra virgin olive oil. Of course, he's a very wealthy man, so he can get lots of resources, lots of different things that maybe I can't readily afford. But I could at least get some thyme, and I could get a lot of butter, get a turkey together, probably put some onions inside the turkey cavity. I don't call it like the asshole. I'll call it more classy thing. I'll call it the cavity. And he shows how you make the gravy. He shows you how to do pretty much everything. How you get the butter ball, and how you can make a really juicy, non-dry, not He shows how you can make a really great turkey and gravy, and you know, like you just need the turkey, and then you just need um, like a turkey goblet, uh, a gravy cup, and um, you just need an onion and some tomatoes and some thyme and garlic, and you can make yourself a badass turkey that's very juicy in a baster. And you need a turkey pan, and then yeah, so that's what's up. Yeah, I would like to make a proper. I'd really like to make a surprisingly good turkey, and not a shit one. Not a dry one, not a mediocre one, but like a badass, like really flavorful one, like a Michelin star like level shit. Yeah, it was like Thanksgiving last year. It was kind of like I don't know. My stepdad was living with us, and um, yeah, it was like I don't know. So I helped mom make pies, and then he was just like he he broods and pouts all the time. That's what my stepdad does. So he kind of like, yeah. I'm not saying that you should be smiling for no reason. That if things aren't, you know, very funky dory, that you should smile and fake it. But that guy pouts like a mother. Like that guy just broods and pouts, and it's just like, oh my god. But he just lost his business, and a lot of shit was going south. So I mean, I guess I kind of understand it a little bit, but he's kind of a downer, that dude. And so he's not like a upper. He's like a fucking downer, like major. You just call him, instead of like Debbie Downer, it's like Daddy Downer. You know what? I think when I was young, I didn't notice. I didn't notice like he was like I did notice, but when I was younger, it was like I didn't notice as much as I do now that I'm older. I'm like that dude breathes like way too much. Like that guy just like frowns and just fucking. He just brings the whole thing. So like if you're trying to like celebrate a holiday with him, it's like just fucking atrocious. I'm not saying it's as bad as like those Thanksgivings, like where Mick Juggernuts is fighting his dad and he flips the table with the turkey on it. And if that was real food that he wasted, that's a shame. But his life, his YouTube channel, Mick Juggernuts, Jesse Ridgway. But it was pretty funny him like throwing the table and stuff. But um, yeah, so I took a picture of my stepdad, to capture the Thanksgiving, and he's just like not smiling in the picture, and I'm just like, oh god. It's like, and I'm stuck with my parents, and there's no fucking booze, and I was like, oh lord, this is like an awful holiday right here. So I like to make. I don't know who's gonna be present at this Thanksgiving. I don't know what relatives or whatever, but I definitely don't want any downers. Yeah. I don't need Debbie Downers. I don't need Daddy Downers. I don't need Uncle Downers. I don't need any of that. So, so yeah, I'm not saying that if your life is not working out that you should not frown. I'm not saying if you have if most people have some sort of problem in their life. I'm not saying that you shouldn't that you shouldn't have the right to be sad or to be angry or any of those other things. I'm not saying that people only have to be one way. That people can only express one form of emotion, which is joy, or um, that people have to be happy or they have to at least fake that they're happy or something like that. I am saying that if you have depression or something and you're just like that all the time, it's like that's more of a personality trait than anything. Yeah, it's just like a combination, right? Yeah, I probably have a jovial attitude just because I've been through a lot of shit in my life. and a lot of fucking awful shit. And so that's why I'm so maybe if somebody had a lot of awful shit happen in their life, they would be, angry or depressed or something, you know. And to me, a lot of awful things happening to me that made me um, a lot happier, a lot stronger, I think. So in some ways, just trying to get rid of this rock here. Yeah, that's the maximum. Yeah, there you go. Watch that bad boy out there. Well, I don't know who could show up at Thanksgiving, but I'm just saying I'm just gonna say this. I'm gonna try to make it the best that it possibly can be from a cooking standpoint. So I figure if the food's good, then everything else will be tolerable. And depending on the guests, yeah, there's probably not going to be any booze. So if somebody does bring up something uncomfortable or some painful truth, then people just have to stay sober and just sit there and just deal with it. It'll just be like awkward, and then moving on. Yeah, didn't want to stop flying, didn't want to stop defying. Yeah, in the recent interview with Michael Jordan, he just seemed not really disturbed by his accomplishments or not really disturbed by uh, his legendary status in basketball. But Michael Jordan seemed, not angry about his sex life or his financial life or his professional life or his kids or grandkids. But there was something that bothered him though, that he wasn't playing in the competitive environment, and you could see that it bothered him that he was old and he couldn't play basketball anymore. So you could tell that that was the only thing that made Michael Jordan sad. It's just getting old and being immortal, and that was it. Essentially speaking, I think. We're at Tobio's Hollow. Oh, it doesn't really protect you from a giant sitting on you. It just kind of like deflects it a little. It just deflects you back, like the Jurassic World, like the bubble ball transports, or when the big dinosaurs. Yeah, Jurassic World wasn't good. Uh, it's just everybody wanted to bang Claire, uh, Bryce Dallas Howard, so that probably increased ticket sales. That you have some really hot ass milfs in there. Do you think that male ticket patronage went up just because Bryce Dallas Howard, and even her sister is like kind of like this hot, sexy milf chick. Not as hot as Bryce Dallas Howard, but pretty fucking banging though. I mean, from a milf kind of perspective. The milf, the milf. Yeah, guys use milf all the time, but like then this girl one day I was working with, she goes, "Hey, I like the dilf." Dads I like to fuck. And I was like, oh, that's so funny. You told me about the DILF. Yeah, that was Anna, right? Yeah. Man, that job was fucking so boring. I think that was even worse than Kroger's. Working at HEB. HEB just dragged like a motherfucker. Like every day, it was just like, eh, yeah, it just dragged like a motherfucker. Like you're just like looking at the clock, like, oh my god, when is work going to be over? This is a fucking drag. Yeah, it was just that's the only way like to entertain me and Anna and I was to like talk about gilfs and dilfs and shit and milfs and yeah, that the only way you can keep yourself entertained in the grocery store is like people watching, just observing the behavior of the human animals. And I think one of my favorite customers at HEB was this guy that would like he was he was hitting middle age, but he was kind of in denial about hitting middle age. And his name was, what was it, Carlos? And but he was like, a guy who was in denial of middle age. He was like, yeah, I'm middle aged, but I'm still got it, like. But and he was an actor. I found out, and I thought he was bullshitting about being an actor, and because some guys lie about their occupation and lie about what they really do and stuff like that. So he goes, I'm an actor. And I go, oh, okay. But I didn't really press him on it. I didn't think he was lying. I just didn't really believe that this guy was an actor because he was just kind of, not particularly, handsome, not particularly interesting, not particularly anything. Just like a dude. And he had a goatee that he probably dyed his goatee and his hair so he could get more acting parts. But he was definitely a struggling actor. He probably still is a struggling actor. And uh, so we had soup at this cafe, and you could have samples at this HEB I worked at. And this dude would come in and he wouldn't buy shit because they give you samples, free samples of food, so to save money. I don't know if they I think they still give samples at HEB, but back in the day they used to do like shitloads, like a lot. And so almost to the point where people could actually like have a meal at HEB. Almost. So Carlos would come in and he'd go, "Oh, do you have some?" Well, we would leave sample cups out, and so he wouldn't buy shit. He wouldn't buy any of the soup. He would just get the sample cups and he would go to the chicken soup, get a sample. Then he would just sit there and then he would get like a cup of the potato soup, get a sample, and then he would do the chicken tortilla soup, get a sample, and then he would get a sample broccoli cheddar soup, get a sample. And then the only thing he would say is like, if there was no sample cups, he would say, "Oh, do you have more sample cups?" He wouldn't buy shit. You're thinking to yourself like, what? This guy doesn't buy shit. Where's the shit at? By the way, what? I don't get it. Oh, it's up there. Okay, I'm supposed to Jedi up there or something. Return of the Jedi, dog. Okay, we gotta go Luke Skywalker on this shit. Use the Force, Luke. There we go. All right. We did a Obi-Wan Luke Skywalker up here, and it's all good. The Obi-Wan, yeah. We did the Luke Skywalker Force jump, and also Obi-Wan does it in Star Wars Episode 1, if y'all remember. Yeah, people really keep up with the Force jumps in the Star Wars movies. They like really keep up with it. Hell yeah, they do. You're probably thinking like, how do I get out of trouble? There's a moth in here too, and it's fucking. They're not flying my mouth, dog, because I don't want to eat a. Yeah. I don't want to have to eat a bug. I don't want to have to eat a bug. Oh no. Don't want to eat a bug. Oh no. Oh no. Eat a bug. Shit. Oh, I would like a Keeley on that plane. Ooh. Keeley. Kama Plateau. Shit. Yeah. At the Kama Plateau. Mm. Mm-mm. 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 Poopity poopity. Poo poo poo. Donkey time. It's time to go aquatic, dog. Yo, give me my Xenoblade Chronicles 2 pants. Yeah, 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 yeah. Going Xenoblade style, boy. Xenoblade. We need to get Xenoblade. Yeah. We need to get plenty paid, boy. That's for sure. All right. Ooh. All my shields electric, dog. All my shields. Red. All my shields. Real. Don't you wish you had like a big inventory that you could just put away like all this heavy shit? Like it's magic and video games. Oh, that's why I didn't de-equip this right. Oh shit! I didn't de-equip. I didn't de shit. All right, bring these boys up here. Yeah. Man, you almost got away with that whole thing, dude. Dilf, milf, gilf. Yeah, yeah. It's so weird about the guy Zach Rar because Emiru seems like his girlfriend. Like they collaborate and everything. Like I don't know. I just have this like weird feeling. They're like, okay, so what turns on women so much is a guy that's successful, and so that just triggers her mating cycle. Just and so yeah. So successful guys, you notice, like even if they're ugly or some shit, like it doesn't matter because successful guys get poontang. Even if they're ugly, even if they're fat, even if they have warts, even if they, pretty much can't. I can't say they have to. They can always get away with that, but I'm saying, generally speaking, I think now they just might be male and female collaborators, and that's the extent of their relationship. But I just had this like strange feeling they're like hooked up for some reason. Like they just seem like so much like boyfriend and girlfriend. And the way he defends her is like he's defending his girlfriend. And so I just get that vibration. I I could be wrong, but that's definitely a possibility. But he defends Amiro so much. Like she's a pretty girl. He should probably marry her. Yeah, she's fine. Fine. Yeah, I like Asmongold. I know he's from Austin, Texas. Yeah, I could tell a Texan even if they're from um, yeah, another city in Texas. Yeah. Fellow Texan. It definitely has that Austin vibe to him for sure. I guess the coolest thing about him is like how laid back he is, and like it's so funny. His house is so fucking like messy with like Dorito stuff and like just shit everywhere. It just seems like such a interesting. It doesn't seem like he's dirty. It just seems like he's just real laid back, and that kind of has like you know. I've been to people's houses that have serious problems, like they have a hole in the roof. I've been to some nasty houses before where people don't clean, where people leave dishes in their sink for like fucking, you know, 5 weeks, and it's nasty. And they have mold and they have dust and they have dirt, and it's just it's just fucking a pigsty basically. You know, I've been in apartments, I've been in houses where people have like, you know, a pizza box that's been in there for like three months, and you see the mold on the pizza. And I've been in places like that. Unfortunately, I try to avoid places like that, but sometimes, you know, you might go check out your coworker's house and you'd be horrified. And sometimes, you know, you might meet a friend and then like go in their apartment and just be like, oh my god, this place is so dirty. And so for some reason, I don't think that Asmon Gold's house is nasty per se. I know they make a lot of silly AI videos about his house. They put roaches everywhere and like a million Taco Bell wrappings all over the place and shit. Uh, Coca-Cola bottles everywhere. But a lot of those memes are just trying to be funny and making fun of him, and which is understandable in the internet uh, space. Yeah, I think what happens if you become like a YouTube star, I think like all these like hot chicks, all these hot young chicks are like, hey, oh, I like your, you know, I love your success. We should hang out. You know, like they're not really dating somebody like Zach because they think he's handsome or something, or they're just like, ooh, the success turns on the woman's libido. It just turns on her sexual cycles. It turns on her uh, mating cycle. It just activates it. Just, I mean, that's it. I mean, that's basically the secret. So probably what happens is that incels and losers are like baffled why chicks turn them down for a date or whatever. They're like, oh my god, why am I not getting laid? And the like stark truth is that these people are not successful enough for these women, and that's really the truth of it. Because if these guys who wanted to get laid and be in relationships, if or have a girlfriend or to get married, if these guys um, had a house of their own and were successful and, you know, all that stuff, then they would be getting laid hand over fist. I mean, pretty much, because that success activates that pussy like crazy. It activates those reproductive cycles. Like it activates the women's drive. You know, for they're like, oh man, this man's successful. Oh look, he has money. Oh okay, he has a career. Oh look, he's famous. All that shit goes ding ding ding. Not only that, but now the woman has the story. Oh, guess who I'm dating? And she tells her friends and her mom and her dad, like, oh, I'm dating this guy that's like a successful man. It's so exciting. He has his own house and his own car, and he has a great job that pays good. And so that's what the incels fail to understand. Yeah. So the guys that can't get the action, can't get laid, can't get a girlfriend, whatever. They don't understand that success is what the drive is. So a problem must be recognized before it can be solved, and that's the blinder for the incel is that the incel's like, hey, hold on, I've got a job and a car. I should be getting some banana, and yeah, like it's like the Elliot Rogers syndrome. It's like he's like, oh, I got rich parents. Like I got Gucci. Like where's my where's my girls at? You know, it's like the Elliot Rogers syndrome. It's laughably bad if he's got really wealthy parents and he's living in Santa Barbara and he still can't get laid. I mean, that just means he's got Asperger's and he's just socially screwed with his personality and stuff. Or he is so douchey and so pampered that he expects that the world is going to bend to his will, whatever he wants, whatever he desires or dreams of, without. I guess he expected to do no work to obtain the things that he dreamed of or he desired. Is really the problem. So he had unrealistic goals, and also he spent more time talking about getting a blonde girl than actually trying to get one. So he did a lot of, brooding, just brooding around, just a brooder. Like just, oh, I wish I had a girlfriend. Oh, I wish I had a girlfriend. Oh, I wish my dreams would come true. And then when he tried to talk to girls, he got super, super drunk and, got his ass kicked out of a party and he just made a fool of himself because he had Asperger's and he had like no social skills or little to no social skills. So he's going like into Santa Barbara, which has you know a medium, an average median house price of $1 million, and he's like, "Hey, I'm just another rich kid from Santa Barbara. I can get a Gucci, and look, I got a nice car." He's like, "Aren't you impressed that I have a cool car?" And they're like, "No, because we're also wealthy kids. So what's the point?" So Elliot Rogers thought that his parents' wealth was going to somehow be an inroad to um, romantic success. And that's not what happened. He's just like, "Hi, I'm Elliot Roger. Yes, my parents are wealthy. They I went to the finest schools. I have Asperger's disorder. Nice to meet you. Um, well, see, I have Gucci shades, and I have a nice Ferrari. Will you be my girlfriend now?" That's not how like reality works, really. Keep that bush. Ooh. 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 Put my climbing gear on now. Oh, yes. That's what I didn't check out before, huh? We can check it out now. I got some jellies in the house. Got the jellies. Yeah. Yeah. That's right. Yeah, baby. Yeah, I knew there was something to that, huh? Yeah. When there's suspicious circles in Zelda, you either gotta throw a rock in it or jump in it. So we're staying true to the lore, baby. With the extended uh, things, but I'd rather a Zelda be overwhelming than underwhelming. There's underwhelming is sadness, and overwhelming is glory in the Zelda game. Yeah, if they make another like virtual Nintendo, then they'll make like the ultimate Zelda, like in a Oculus. Yeah, I know one day I want to play Zelda in VR, but it's going to be pretty overwhelming though. Or you can live stream VR. Yeah, that's gonna be crazy. Or I don't know about augmented reality. That seems to be crazy too, like Ready Player One or something. Yeah, I don't really like the idea of augmented reality. I think reality is augmented enough, but I would hate to have to deal with the real world and have to deal with the digital world simultaneously. Even though, I mean, I could do it, but begrudgingly so. Like, I would hate if I had to do like to get around. I had to deal with the stone cold reality, and then I also had to wear a special device to unlock something in real life, like a video game. But yeah, I mean, basically, if I was walking with the headset on partially, and it was like augmented reality, it would basically almost like being pretty much like a cyborg at that point. I wouldn't even be really human anymore. I think we just went to a circle, Big Cheese. No, you can call me Big Enchilada. Oh yeah, I think this goes without saying. Enchiladas, they're so good. We might have to head to the Ibarra forest. No, that yeah, I kind of make jokes because the this game is overwhelmingly massive. Well, we might have to go to sleep at some point. Yo, yeah, probably. Almost time to recharge the batteries. Yeah. Uh, oh, oh, oh. Time to recharge this motherfucker. Oh, dude. Huh. They can model they can model chatbots and AIs to they can program data into the chatbots to mimic people. Yeah, unfortunately Adolf Hitler or Jeffrey Epstein on character AI. Huh. They're feeding data to replicate individuals, like the holodeck in Star Trek: The Next Generation. They're trying for digital resurrection. That's very bizarre. It's obviously not the same thing. Digital resurrection. Well, I think they're. I think I'm with Thor uh, on Tony Stark when he dabbles with artificial intelligence. He's like, you are toying with things in which you do not understand or cannot control. So that's creepy if an AI chatbot modeled off Jeffrey Epstein is talking to teenagers and young children. Oh man, really? I don't even feel sorry for adults. I mean, adults can get into trouble with AI, but like, I really feel sorry for the kids. Yeah, I know. The whole goal was to have kids, right? And for them to have a brighter future and all that shit. And if the entire goal was to have kids, then and to reproduce the human race, or at least reproduce um, the human race. I mean, at least on a self-preservational level, to reproduce and carry on your family name and the name of your house and all that, even if it was just for selfish, natural reasons. Um, that kids would have so much evil descending down upon them at one time is astounding. So it's not only stressful for the children, but imagine the stress the parents must be going through trying to protect their children uh, from the evils of artificial intelligence and other emerging and disturbing technologies. I recognize AI as a tool for calculation, for maybe balanced, rational thinking, problem solving, et cetera, et cetera. It's got your boy Mimos. Got your boy Mimos looking for his Wemos. The hot-footed frog gone. Got your boy Mimos coming back to Demos. Know my boy's the most. Uh, Making up songs again or some shit. That's what it's all about, dude. Eh, It's all about the song. Oh. Yeah, it's all about the song. Ooh. I had to give up the bomb. Ding, ding. Give me the apple tree. Dressing like Willie Nelson. Bandana style, homie. Y'all know what's up. Ding, ding, ding. Ding, 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 ding. Y'all better get ready for the Zelda, cause it's going down all night long. No, know about that. We're gonna do a Zelda marathon, 7 days straight, no sleep. You'd start to go crazy if you didn't sleep. Yeah, people would start. I don't know what the time limit. It's they do have rules about survival. Yeah, it's like the rule for survival is you can only go 3 days without water, 7 days without food. Is it called the 377 rule? And you can only go a certain amount of time without sleep, or you start to go crazy because your uh, brain was not recharging. Basically, you start to have um, audio and visual hallucinations. Okay, it's the 3-3. Okay, it's the 3-3-3 survival rule. 3 minutes without air, 3 hours without shelter, 3 days without water. Oh, okay, and it's 3 weeks without food. I'm sorry. It's 3 weeks without food. You can survive. 3 days without water. I was right about the 3 days without water. Okay, 3 minutes without air, 3 hours without shelter. In extreme conditions, 3 days without water, and 3 weeks without food. Da-da. I knew they had something like. That. But yeah, they do say it's a simplified rule. So what's what's his name? The guy who went into Alaska into the wilderness, trying to seek some alternative lifestyle. Like he was on a trajectory to be like a hedge fund manager or something, and get a pretty girl, and like um, he was gonna just be an investment banker or something like that, something in finance, something in economics, and he was gonna live like a yuppie lifestyle and live a really fun life, and then then he decided McCandless. It's like I know it's like McCandless or something. And so he decided instead to go live off the grid in Alaska. And this kid, and so he worked, and he's kind of like following like a Ted Kaczynski type trajectory. I mean, not like being a prodigy math genius in the CIA MK Ultra, but like he was on the trajectory, like he was going to work a lot of jobs so he could gain enough money so he could live off the grid, and so he could live at peace and harmony with nature. But he didn't bring enough supplies, and he didn't have the knowledge to survive off the land like he wanted to. He read a lot of books, but he really didn't know how to do it in real life. And he ate some toxic plant, and he made a mistake, and he poisoned himself, and then he died in a horrible fashion. Um, it was an awful death. Yeah, I love how they always put like Kristen Stewart in movies as like the hot girl. There's no doubt that Kristen Stewart's hot. I mean, I think that kind of goes without saying. She is like kind of the dream babe, essentially. I mean, I had a bigger crush on Christina Ricci. I thought she was like the hottest chick ever. I mean, for like an actress, you know. this armor's not very good. I have to get my elixir. I got that electro meat pie though. Got my omelet, so we're good to go on this. All right, let's get our armor on. Oh, it's almost 2 in the morning, so after this monster battle, I think I'm gonna head to sleep. Gotta get ready for a whoop down dawn. Hey, oh wow, you have your nice daddy. Sugar daddy. Oh, you got such a lovely daddy too. Are you coming lay down on your daddy? You look so nice and so cute. Oh, yeah, you don't have to go back on it. Yeah, I know. Let me tell you that. You're so precious. I love you too. Oh, it's so pricey. Yeah. It's snap crackle pop, boy. Cause I'm gonna cinnamon toast crunch your ass. Yeah. Yeah. You're so cute. Okay. Okay. You want your belly rub, buddy? Yeah. You get belly rub. Cheerio. You're, you're too cute for my life. Oh. So now you two up there. Let's go lay. We'll go night night. Yeah. Then we go up to the spirit world, the communion with the great consciousness. 5K subs. Oh yay! God bless. Thank y'all so much. Best of success. A new week begins before Halloween. Yeah. Country boy Carini. He likes the girls in bikinis. He likes to eat linguine, but he often leaves the scenes. He disappears like Houdini. What? All right, getting too tired.